In always classic fashion, I have put off making a new tool that I needed until the time that I needed to use it. In this case, I'm redoing my old Marlin Model 60 that I've had since I was a teenager. To do it up nice, I wanted to put some nice hand-cut checkering on the side of the stock. That means we need a checkering cradle that allows the stock to rotate so we can cut straight lines. This will be one of those form follows function type of jobs, so let's see if we can build this thing on the cheap and ugly. Since this ugly beast is just going to hang out in my shop, these scraps will work just fine for this project. As is the nature of scraps, they're not quite the right length, so we're going to shorten them down to what we can use. I'll start by drilling a series of holes that will accommodate pegs. This will give the system some adjustability for different lengths of stocks. I opted to drill these holes vertically because my drill has a bubble level, which helps me keep the holes straight. Starting holes in the right place is easy. Ending them in the right place is much different. Now we can check our work and make sure there's going to be room for the 2x4 uprights. I've opted for half-inch oak dowels here, not only for wear resistance, but also for rigidity. We'll throw the dowels in the lathe to knock the corners off. This will help them pass through the spine of the system. Offsetting the dowels in the spine will help provide a torque force which will hold the uprights, well, upright. The rear of the spine only gets 2 holes, as this doesn't need to move. Wait, what the hell is wrong with my saw? This is kind of freaking me out a little bit. I don't understand. Now I notice that the dried blob of paint has stopped my board in its tracks. That's more like it. The tools you have are the tools you use, and I don't have a router, so we're going to head over to the mill and cut a pocket in this to straddle the main spine. With the first one out of the way, we can move on to the second one, as this system has 2 different uprights. I'm guessing you can see where I'm going with this. Each upright now needs a hole that holds the fixturing that will actually engage with the rifle stock. Use the tape on the back. It doesn't blow out. For the main adjustment screw, I'm going to mill a pocket in the side of the upright. This pocket accommodates the nut for the main screw so that it holds the screw in. Some of these operations I choose to do on the lathe because I have a lathe and I like to use it, but you could just as easily do this with a cordless drill. I'm drilling this cap out for the mounting screw that will hold this cup at the fore-end side of the checkering cradle. My drill bit wasn't quite big enough to clear the carriage bolt, so we're just going to hit it with a boring bar real quick. My bolts are all too long, so I need to clean them up now and just take off all the hacksaw marks. This is the main screw, and I'm turning it down to a point that will fit in the screw holes in the buttstock. This way there's no clamping needed, and almost every gun can be accommodated. I'm going to make a knob for the main screw, and I want to avoid excessive leverage, so it's just going to be a simple round knob. Of course, one needs to always knock the corners off of everything. All that's left now is assembly.